So like we have 10K stuff all the way to my one-on-one, which is 198,000, and that's for the year. The upsells are all add-ons because we've seen that add-ons have a higher activation rate. We knew that we had to do done for you slides, but we wanted to let the market decide for us if it was smart. What we got to look at. Let's say you paid the sales team 10%. Okay, let's just do some math. 10% on a $3,000 offer. Let's just do the math. I'm making it lower than the fives so I can kind of give you like a branch, like a bridge. Okay. So that means that they're going to make, if they have 7, let's say they have, every salesperson should have 8 calls a day to be at full capacity, 45-minute demos, follow-ups, 15-minute buffers, 8 calls a day. That's 8 hours. And then they do 1 hour of like tracking plus some more follow-up. And then like, they want to eat lunch, right? So if we get 10%, 8 people, that means that, let's say just like normal numbers, 4 show, and you got to have a 50% close rate to close 2. It's a very high close rate, okay? So let's just say it's 1 close. With these stats in mind, so 1 close would get him $300 in commission, times 22 working days is $6,600 a month. Is that enough for a salesperson? No. So the economics of the offer don't work. So now we go to 4,000. Now there's more to this, by the way. Like I want to make sure you understand. Like there's so many other variables, but if we did 4 times 22, 4K times 22 is 8,800. We're getting there, but we have to be able to give him bonuses for hitting KPI. Because if he were to close over a 2x ROAS, 3x ROAS, and get bumps, let's say he got a 2x ROAS and he got 12.5%. If he gets a 3x, he gets 15. Because your cash is healthy. If he stays within KPI, 12.5, take this number, times it by 12.5, I believe it's like 800, 900 something dollars. That means we go to 9,100. Okay? If I get him to 15, he's at like 10K. But if I look at this, I'm looking at constraints. What are some constraints here? Why is the close rate pretty low? How many are going to close from follow-up? We have this thing in our business called follow-up Fridays. Our Fridays are insane. We just close so much fucking money that it's like dumb. Fridays are where like just the ant farm comes in because we do all the follow-ups. So let's say if you had 3 calls that showed but didn't buy, 3 times 4 equals 12. Let's say another 3 of those people wind up buying on Friday. Now his commission's higher and he can hit KPI and he could probably make 12K a month. So this is kind of like your sweet spot, 4K. Does that make sense? Okay. And then after the 4K, you can have other offers after it. You could have a 10K, you could have a 15, you could have a 20. Okay. Now, to give you kind of perspective in like how we do things, okay, we have like a bunch of offers. We have like fucking 8 products, but let me explain. So like most of our stuff is like 10K to 20K, most of it, okay? The upsells are all add-ons because we've seen that add-ons have a higher activation rate, which then leads to more re-signs, which then leads to more ROI payments. And then it leads to what I have for you later, which I'm going to put a question mark on. And then it leads to percentage equity. This is our ladder of how it works. So we know that if someone were to be in this price range, they buy add-ons. We know they're more activated because they bought add-ons. So now their participation is better. But like, think about your business. A $200 buyer versus a $4,000 buyer. Who's more activated? 4,000. We want to get as much out of them as possible to activate, because if we activate, they get results. When they get results, what? An add-on is like, we do like organic social media. We have, setters. We hire setters for people. We have sales training. We have all these other add-ons that people can get. Okay. And if they get results, it leads to more re-signs, because that $4,000 program might be 90 days. In 90 days, you can now kick them for a year, and they want to stay because they like breath work. They like more peace. So they stay. And then after that, this is obviously not you. Okay. After that, you can have something else. You're not taking the percentages in people's breath work. You know, it's weird. So we have to have something else here. And this is where the most important thing is like intimacy, not what you think it is. Okay. The intimacy of more one-on-one shit, like really high ticket stuff. So like we have 10K stuff all the way to my one-on-one, which is 198,000, and that's for the year. And that goes all the way to there. What percentage of our clients buy this? Very small, 1%. Because most of them don't want to spend all that money up front. But I have it there for the one person every month or two who's like, yeah, I'll fucking do that. I'm like, all right, sick, dude. And then I just get the wire for it. Okay? You want to have offers for the people who are like anomalies. Like your next event, dude, like just sell something for like 4 or 5K. And a lot of things about this whole like offer selling thing is people assume, sorry, I've been staring at that room. I want to stare over here. You guys look awesome. Okay. People who sell offers, they're like, I have to have everything ready first. And that's what worries most business owners. False. Sell it, then figure it out. And that's one of my biggest secrets. It's not really a secret. It's just that people just don't have like the gonads to do it. Right? So when we had our webinar offer, by the way, we knew that we had to do done for you slides, but we wanted to let the market decide for us if it was smart. So I just told them on the phone, double the price and sell done for you.